Hello to all the Tsukihime type mood gamers. We're back. Yeah, we got big blue balls moments last time, and I kind of want to finish this segment today. So yeah, I think we're gonna be going extended mode. So here's a big one for you guys. Go! So yeah, we're back. Let's just get right into it. I'm excited because it was a very cool moment that we were in the middle of. Let's go. So, I think we were in an elevator ride. And we're headed down, because unlike Arcade, Shiki can't really jump from the top of a building. I mean, maybe he can, but probably shouldn't try. So, you know, take the elevator, I guess. True. Yeah, it's fine, Panzani. It's mostly just all jokes and whatnot. It's okay. Alright, let's see. Is this fear I'm feeling? Am I scared of facing that monster? That incarnation of violence? If that's all it is, then I'm fine. At least this proves I'm still in my right mind. This is a creature that can kill just by being in close proximity to someone. Any human ought to be afraid of that. But that leaves one other fear. The real problem. Namely, I'm more afraid of killing than being killed. Kinda understandable, I guess. My breathing quickens. My heart thumps faster in my chest, like it's trying to break free from my body. I arrive at the first floor. Adjusting my grip on my knife, I run as fast as I can towards the crater. Yeah. Last time Arcade left kind of a crater with her big impact landing. Did not kill Vlov though, but I guess she accomplished her thing. Like, the whole point was to try and get them to go underground, right? So yeah, mission accomplished, I guess. I step out of the building and witness the mountain of rubble before me. Slowly, I inch closer to the crater, stopping just short of where the ground caved in to peer over the edge. Yeah. Dude, it's cool that they actually have a lot of backgrounds in CG so you can illustrate this stuff better like this. It's definitely 40 meters deep. There was a park here once. That's such a funny duo of like lines. 40 meters deep. There was a park here once. Alright. No more. But there's no trace of it now, yeah. The debris is scattered across the slope, all the way down to where it bottoms out into the cavern. It looks like it'll be too steep to climb back up, though I should be able to get down safely enough. Then they say it's a gas leak, true. They're always the issue. Which is why I... Ooh, flames are back. Oh wow, they actually give you the option here. It's just interesting. Very interesting. So the options are I either go down or scope things out. I think we just go down. We gotta stick to the plan. Like, who knows what's happening down there? Surely he can avoid some fires. We're gonna go down, boys. If he dies, he dies. To quote Ivan Drago from the hit movie Rocky IV. Shoutouts. I can't back down, knowing exactly where our enemy is. And it's not just Vlov down there. Arcade is there too, fighting him at this very moment. I promised I'd fight her at her side. It'll be alright. After all, it's not my job to fight this battle. I just need to deliver the finishing blow. More like finishing Vlov. Get it? Once she's got him pinned down, I'll get in and cut through his lines. But in order to do that... True, Fallen? Oh, music is back! Yo, this is kinda hype. Man goes through the flames. I skid down the rubble slope until I hit the ground at the bottom of the crater. I quickly cover my nose and mouth with my hand. It was pure reflex, a survival instinct that triggered in response to the searing atmosphere around me. I can't breathe. Sure, there's plenty of oxygen. I learned from our time at the hotel that these flames are some type of curse. They don't undergo combustion the way a real flame would. The problem is the heat. The air is so hot that taking a normal breath would roast my lungs to a crisp. Oh shit. Yo, fighting! Damn, this is the first thumbnail shot already. Let's experiment a little. This could be the thumbnail shot. It looks cool as hell. You can kind of tell like she's fighting or something. Boom. Both vampires are before me, a perfect contrast, one clad in white and the other in his black cloak. Claw and cleaver meet time and time again. Despite the heat, Arquette doesn't break a sweat as she continues to press back against Vlov. To me, it looks like Arquette has the upper hand. Oh yeah, how's the volume levels? Now that the game is basically as loud as it gets. Am I still audible enough? Because I'm not sure how loud. Because I think in the previous upload I was a bit low. But I hopefully adjusted stuff. Volume is good. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's continue. It won't be long now until she manages to restrain him. There's just one problem. That is how long I'll last.
Streamer is too loud, need to be muted.
Fair enough. Since my body is already ablaze. They wrote "is already" in blue. That's kinda wicked, bro. Strangely enough, I don't feel any pain. Even without breathing, I've got a grasp of the situation. I grip my knife tight, waiting for the moment that I can take down Vlov. Like a sprinter waiting for his signal. Or an unmoving specter. I wait. And wait. And wait. My eyeballs dry, sizzle, smoke, and turn to ashes. But I still wait. Holy, that sounds brutal. The moment never comes. And neither does the realization that I've long since burned to ashes. I died! It was a bad ending. Dude, I thought it was just being cool. Oh my god, is this actually a bad ending? Oh my god. I fucking died. Dude, it happened finally. Well, it was cool for a second. Wow, we had a bad ending. Dude, I thought that... so wait, his eyes actually... Oh my god. I thought it was like... Oh, so here we go. Teach me, Miss CL. So it's gonna be like giving you hints in a comedic way or something. Play dubious hint segment number 4. I guess I've dodged some already, assuming these are in order. I guess we should play these, they're probably fun. Sure, dude, let's try and collect the ball. Let's see how this works. First time. Uh-huh. He's like, don't walk into fire. You're a WoW player, right? You know this mechanic. There it is. Oh, the art style change.
Brand new. Brand new. そこの遠野くん、スピード違反で歩道です。
Oh, it is Neko arc. Yeah, I was looking at Seal just now.
バーベキューになってる主人公もいるんですよ。
So, was it her in the original as well, like this? So this is where she actually comes from? I know she's like in Melty Blood as well, like the new one or whatever, but... Is, like, was this these segments where the Neko arc originates from? I guess? Because I doubt it's actually any serious story. But hey, there you go. Barbecued.
失礼。いよいよ本格的なバトルが始まったので、つい
It is from these, yeah. Makes sense because these are kind of comedic as well.
案内役のシエル教官こと私と部外者の猫でお届けする Q&A コーナー。
I assume this is because I'm getting one of these for the first time.
教えて、シエル先生にようこそ。
She said the thing. The equivalent of Taika Dojo. Yeah, it's a very Nasu thing, it seems like. It is my first dead end.
それくらい なんていうか自然に選んでしまいますから今回のは。
True, you gotta take some risks.
でも落ち着いてよく状況を確かめましょう。人間は炎の中では生きられない
True,
の
but
で
I figured it's not gonna be entirely engulfed in flames. Turns out it was. Oh well, you know, I couldn't have known.
まあ猫的にこのデッドエンドは評価するけどにゃ。
Just on your dump. Yeah, thanks for translating. Thanks.
だって目の前で絶世の美女が戦ってるんだぜ。一体誰が冷静になれようか。ここで一句。
Whoa.
家中の栗がピクニック。ウェルカムウェルカムウェルダン。
Wow, I get it. You got roasted.
どうですかな。むやみに食欲をそそりますかな、マドモアゼ。
This could be a funny thumbnail option as well. I'm probably not gonna use it, but I'll just put it here on the side anyway. Like I'll take a screen of this too. It's funny.
いえ、全然意味がわからないので。まあ、お肉は片焼き派ですけど。
True, love a good smash burger. Maillard effect.
あれ、そうにゃんの
Beautiful, crispy です。
フランス人なのに血の滴るステーキはダメ。ビーフカレーのお肉は柔らかいものが至高ですが、
There's the curry
生焼きは
mention.
ちょっと生理的にレアというか池作りを好むのは多分明葉さんではないでしょうか。
Shoutouts. Little sister mentioned.
ほら、日本の方って生きた魚を調理して刺身にするんでしょ。信じられないことに。バッカ、魚は新鮮なほど3つの。
True, don't get it twisted.
嘘だと思うにゃら今度回らない寿司おごられてやんよ。カレーとかお好きでしょ、オタク。それは私も毎日同じメニューを食べているわけではありませんし。
Mashu and pho. Yeah, of course.
たまにはシーフードもありですね。完全に食い違っている。まあいや、続けて続けて。
So yeah, this is also what one of the ascensions of her is based on, right? It's supposed to be these dead end ones, right? The CL sensei thingy.
そうですね。今は授業の最中でした。
It's kind of funny they made it an ascension.
吸血鬼同士の戦いは危険ですので、遠くから冷静に見届けましょう。
And that's why she can also shoot the Neko arc, right?
大丈夫。遠野くんの出番はきっとあります。その時まで体力を温存しておいてくださいね。はい、お仕事おしまい。ではメシアに直行です。シーフードカレーという選択。ほらに。
I mean, she practically is with her passive vanitas, but yeah, fair enough. Well, there you go. That was the first of probably several bad endings to come. I mean, even if I missed them, which I have missed some already, I'm pretty sure because that was number 4. We're probably gonna still go back at some point and do them all anyway. But yeah, we gotta try again. That's all you can do. So let's not go down. Let's scope things out first. Messian is an Indian restaurant. Oh, I was wondering what that was. Okay. Fair enough. I can't go down there now. The pit below is filled with azure flames as far as the eye can see. Oh. In the middle of it all stands the towering vampire. Vlov Archangel. Or is it Archangel? I'm not sure if you're supposed to pronounce it angel, but yeah. Vlov. I'll just say Vlov. It appears that explosion didn't even scratch him. What a monster. By human standards, he might as well be immortal. But even so... Even so, the figure in white still dances circles around him. Like a beautiful huntress starting and weaving through an orchard of flame and crumbling rubble. That figure in white is Arcuade. She leaps over the river of flames to close in on Vlov. In his hand is some crude weapon. At a glance it looks like a long sword, but its blade is shaped like a machete. Arquette, on the other hand, is fighting back against him with her bare hands. She's only got her legs to run and her clawed hands to strike. Yet even so, this proves enough to counter Vlov's machete. He's forced backwards after one tremendous blow. I'm red. The wound left on his arm is deep enough for me to see the bone beneath, but the sight lasts only a moment. By the time Arquette slashes upon his flesh, his blood is already flowing over it, repairing the gash. Arquette warned me about this. Vampires don't die as long as their supply of blood isn't exhausted. It's just like she said. A wound fatal to any ordinary creature disappeared in the blink of an eye like it was never there. Mic new sounds different. No, it's the same. I just tweaked it quite a bit over the past week or so. I'm still trying to find like a sweet spot. I think I'm getting there. I think it's a bit more clear and obviously a bit louder as well, because I think my mic was always a bit low compared to a lot of other volume going on. So hopefully it's good. Again, feedback is always welcome, because I'm still trying to get it to a nice spot. He swings his heavy blade without fear. Arquette is careful not to overextend. Oh, thumbnail shot. That's a badass shot though. So many options again. Whenever she lands a blow, she quickly leaps back just out of his blade's reach. Yeah, true, Alec. I always wonder about that too. I guess it's just one of those things that they're like, you know, don't worry about it. She must be wary of him landing a counter strike. No, that's not it. Ooh, even better! Her face says it all. She's enjoying the chase. Okay, this is the thumbnail shot. That's perfect. I'm sorry for taking so many screens, but it just keeps getting better. There you go. The close-up, the smug smile. Oof. There it is.
27層も質が落ちたものね。このまま奥の手も見せないで私に殺される？
His breathing comes out in ragged heaves. His morbidly pale skin is painted with anguish. He may be immortal, but there's a limit to his powers. Please turn out feed screenshots. I doubt there's gonna be much of those in this game, but who knows. Even though he appears to be unharmed, Arquette's dive bomb must have wrecked him, maybe even dealt an otherwise fatal blow. And in regenerating his entire body, he's burned it through most of his energy. Arquette's in a similar situation due to me killing her. That sort of thing must have taken its toll on Vlov too. I take it she's thinking the same thing. So she's distancing herself after each attack, essentially baiting him to move in for the kill, hoping he'll risk it all on a full-blown counterattack. True check. The metallic ringing of blows reverberates through the air. Vlov's breathing is a mess. An awful foreboding chill creeps up my back. Arquette's got the upper hand, and Vlov is clearly getting exhausted. So why am I feeling so uneasy watching all this unfold? It's as if Arquette's claws are no longer hitting him like they were before. Worse, despite Vlov's ragged appearance, his sword play, no, machete play, is still top-notch. It's as if he can see right through her actions, anticipating and calculating her every move. But worst of all, he still hasn't used that flaming bow of his yet. Ooh, the fangs. Ooh. He howls. The fire shudders and soars in response. Swirling several meters high, the flames grow in an inferno that towers over the both of them. They then split into countless blazing branches. That looks more like actual fire, if anything. The underground coliseum has morphed into a jungle of flame. Dude, even this shot looks so good. I have to take one more. They're all so good. I'll just use multiple thumbnails because you can do that. Frick it, dude. Walls of fire press in and around Arquade, blocking off her escape routes. At that moment... Zabania! Get it? High above her, melting straight through the rubble, hands, composed of heat, stretch their fingers wide before slamming straight into her body. Damn, you can tell how modern this VN is. Like, of all the VNs I've read, there's like they just keep changing the backgrounds, the sprites, and just drawing so many things. It's like crazy. Like, it's pretty, like, it's not animated, but it feels almost as if it's like animated because of how much change there is to the aesthetics and visuals constantly. Like, it's so cool. Like, I wonder, do we know how long they were developing this VN? Because this is, for a VN, this is like giga high standard. Like, I was even impressed with Mahoyoru. I still think it's a great VN, like, aesthetically, and especially with the sounds and whatnot. But like, this is even almost at like another level of just aesthetics. Like, it's crazy. In that 1 second, the tide shifted in Vlov's favor. Arquade told me that she could withstand temperatures up to 3,000 degrees. But these flames just burn straight through concrete. They've got to be far hotter than that. It was announced in 2008. I doubt it was developed for 20 years or like close to it, but yeah, probably still quite a long time. He stacked 3 of those fiery hands atop one another. A strike like that wouldn't even leave ashes behind. She never had a chance of escape, and now the fire only serves to lap up its prey. That's how it ends for the woman in white. Incinerated without a trace. Oh no! That is, if this had happened last night. Pause, champ. Oh, hello! The drip, though. Oh my. Another thumbnail shot almost. The flames part. That's such a cool line with that. I have to take another one. I can't. We're gonna have like 3 different thumbnails in the video. So cool though. Whoa, look at that. We got a dress and even some gloves. Wow. So this is not an FGO, right? This is something I haven't seen before. Wow. A white skirt flutters in the wind. My gaze is glued to the scene, mesmerized by her transformation. She told me all about it. I've got a plan. I'll remake my body beforehand. This black and white battle dress must be the culmination of her plan. A piece of armor that can withstand the heat of his flames. Wow, okay, dude. I wonder if it looks the way it does because it absorbed his flames or if Arquade made it that way. Valid question, I guess. Either way, the flames have no effect on her now. Yo. Legs. Her plan went off without a hitch. Her victory was all but assured once she figured out that fire was Vlov's main weapon of attack back in the hotel. Vlov assails her with more fiery paws. If this version was an FGO, I think this would have like a immune to burn passive, right? XD. Yeah, I don't think this is not Phantasmoon either. This is not an Archetype Earth or Phantasmoon. I think this is unique to this VN. Like, I don't remember ever seeing a design like this. I'm about to take another screenshot. This is insane. What is this scene, bro? I'm gonna have like the biggest album of all time. Oh my god. But Arquade bats them away with a casual flick of her left wrist. Jeez. As easily as parting her hair, she cleaves through the wall of flames, scattering them left and right. The sparks that manage to touch her white dress sizzle and fade in submission. Her golden streaks behind her. Her golden hair streaks behind her like a shooting star. There you go. Oof. The way she moves and swings her claws now is unlike anything I've seen her do so far. Vlov is forced to stumble back, helpless against her onslaughts. Do you wonder if people who started this strange effect will still call her a female girl? Ah, hell no. Ah, hell no. Let's not even think about it. The difference between them is astounding. It's hardly even a contest anymore. Love went from hunter to hunted the second his flames were rendered useless. Dude, look how happy she is. She's enjoying it, dude. She is absolutely relentless, inflicting fatal wound after fatal wound as she corners the vampire. The only reason Love's still standing must be because he's still got some blood in reserve. But that will run out sooner or later. Especially since there's no one left in the area for him to feed off of. All that's left is that which already flows within his body. Just a few more hits like this and that'll be gone too. He'll be starved. And once he no longer possesses the fuel he needs to regenerate, he'll be a little more than a regular corpse. A plea for mercy. Undignified like a spoiled child. Gone is his skillful display with the machete. His swings turn wild and graceless as he haphazardly lunges at Arcuade, almost like he were trying to cast away his fears, but she doesn't miss her chance to retaliate. Oof. The vampire cries as he leaps into the air. Getting away from Arcuade takes every last ounce of blood-fueled power that he has. He flees, soaring higher and higher, aiming past the confines of the crater. Even a 40-meter deep crater isn't enough to keep him trapped. It's likely that he intends to scour the surface for more blood to replenish his supply. That's cool. Okay, bro. Whatever. But ivy wraps around his legs before he has a chance to escape. It sprouts from the earth in a flash, tangling itself around the vampire with incredible force and drags him right back into the center of the hole. Damn, she's got more tricks, huh? The vines and shit. That screech, though. The river of fire at Vlov's feet is reignited. I watch as the azure flames turn the ivy to ashes. But it's not enough to release him of his shackles. New vines spring forth from his topsoil of ashes. No matter how many times he burns through them, the chains remain unbroken, reviving again and again like a phoenix. Even the immortality of a vampire pales in comparison to nature's infinite cycle of rebirth. Wow, touching grass. These vines are that cycle made manifest. Short of burning down the entire planet, there's no way to escape them. No amount of vampiric powers or curses can extinguish nature's breath. Arcuade dashes in his direction. Everything about her posture and demeanor tells me that she's going in for the final blow. She's already crushed every last one of his attacks. Finally, she's decided to put an end to this. I'm happy to let her do the honors. She doesn't even need my involvement. Any moment now, she will crush Vlov. This is going all too well, dude. Wait, there's just one thing. Even with our victory so close at hand, my heart beats like crazy. Something feels wrong. His agony, his labored breath. Something tells me that things aren't as they seem. The anguish painted on his sallow face is clearer than ever. In this incandescence, he alone inhabits a different world. A white breath, so out of place amidst the fiery sea that envelops him. I know that look in his eyes. It's one of obsession and of self-preservation. He is both the aggressor and the victim. Which is when I realize that we made a huge mistake. Uh-oh. There you go. Arcuade's victory is already guaranteed. I'd be an idiot to try and interfere now. I ought to sit here and observe. There's no need for me to plunge into that hellscape. Knowing that I... Oh my god, you're gonna throw me another choice, you're crazy. I mean, it seems like he noticed something, so I should probably do something about it. Like, sure, because surely they're not gonna bait me, right? So yeah, I'm gonna go 2, I think. We're gonna call out to Arcade. Unless I got baited hard, we'll see. I remember what she told me. Defeating a vampire means defeating whatever special abilities they possess. The problem is we were looking at the wrong ability. In focusing on the fire, we overlooked everything else. But that's not where his true power lies. Uh-oh. I shout at her from high above, but I'm too far. My voice won't reach her. Despite it all, I scream with all my might. I know what type of power this vampire wields. It's not heat, but... Oh. Ooh. That's a cool shot. But I have a feeling this is gonna go a bit differently. Arcade pierces his chest. Blood spurts out from the wound. It flows quick and free, like a bottle uncorked. At last, this scorching nightmare is brought to an end. Vlov is pushed past the final threshold. A terrible sound fills the air. Uh-oh. It rends time and space as the vampire reveals its true form. The atmosphere crackles and sparks. The atoms that were accelerated by the heat suddenly decelerate at an unnatural pace. Also, wait, did I hear that sound correctly? When that thingy sparked in his chest, was that the sound that in FGO when you use an MP and the sprite flashes on the screen at the beginning, like, tsh? Is it the same sound? Did you hear that? I think it may have been the same sound. That's cool, I guess. It's kind of like an MP activating right now, probably. So yeah, it's kind of cool. I thought I'd recognize that sound. Anyway, what's about to happen? Electrons bounce off the ultra cold matter, and with nowhere to go, react with the atmosphere. The blue flames that covered the ground around him were never really flames at all. They were an exothermic reaction akin to vaporization. The very earth rapidly losing heat. Uh-oh. This game was supposed to come out in 2013, but it was halted and restarted in 2017 to 18. Wow, that's honestly kind of impressive. He extends one of his cold-blooded arms. His fingers are spread wide, palm open, as if craving warmth.
ここは寒い
The beautiful huntress is enveloped in blinding light. Ooh, she was sent. It wasn't just the temperature that dropped, the world itself underwent a drastic change. So now we're cold mode, I guess, or something. A torrent of ice blows Arcade away and engulfs the city beyond. Yo, this is crazy. We got the opposite. Everything is frozen, from the ground in the pit below to the roofs of the skyscrapers. All in a flash. I wonder if anyone was left in those buildings. Well, they probably got iced immediately. If there were people who still hadn't been evacuated, then the sheer cold would have robbed them of their heat and killed them in an instant. A shiver runs down my back at the sight before me. I'm afraid to think of what might follow this. It's stupid luck that I'm even alive right now. Had I been behind Arcade on the other side of the crater, I would have been frozen alive. The river of flames could cover a wide area, but it also spread slowly. Most people would be able to outrun those flames if needed. But this river of frost is something else. It might have a narrow range and follow a set path across the ground, but once it's fired, it spells instant death. If he manages to escape above ground, he'll slaughter the whole town. I desperately cling to the hope that she's still alive. She's the only one who can stop this monster. Oh. I spot her in the middle of the glacial river. Thank God for her being tough as nails. It looks like that blast of ice didn't even dent her.
そういうこと。あなたは正気がないんじゃなくて、正気から逃げていたのね。
Wow.
三流の使徒であり、原理を持つ以上は星を打倒しうる。
Principle.
おかげで目が覚めたわ。ブローブ・アルハンゲル。
Oh, it is like Archangel. Okay. She stands untouched at the center of the glacier. Vlov's gaze is as cold as the ice that surrounds him. His eyes are no longer filled with the same pain and agony as before. They're the eyes of a hunter now, stalking his prey on the snowy tundra.
目を覚ましたのはこちらの話だ。
I am the one who knocks.
よくも俺からここまで熱を奪ってくれた。
Me most of the year when I live in Finland. The hatred on his tongue cuts the air like a knife. He hasn't lost the will to fight. If anything, this is the first time I've actually seen him this motivated to battle.
そう。なら、己の幸運を感じなさい、ブローブ。本来なら目を覚ます前に終わらせていたわ。あなたを救ったのは憎たらしい殺人鬼よ。まあ、それも今一時の話だけど。
確か伝え聞いた貴様の姿と今の貴様はかけ離れている。どうやらここ一番で俺は幸運を拾った。
忌々しいけどそういうことよ。お互い最後の一撃を残しているだけの低たらく。どちらかが仕掛ければどちらかが消えるだけ。
Pretty chill.
その前に最低限の礼は取ってあげる。答えよ、賠償家畜の我が霊族。
Oh, the eyes, the tone. Hello.
その証、根の病巣、大臼のごとき。
Root? Hey, yo. There's some interesting chant going on.
新たな原理をはらんだ種よ。貴様にとって血とは何や。
She sounds oddly dire, even considering the situation. Her question sounds like she's condemning him. Even Vlov looks like he was taken by surprise.
慎んで答えよう。俺にとって血液とは断そのもの。生命の熱さ。我が凍傷を癒す霊薬。我が世界。我が原理を回すもの。しかり血液がなければ俺はこの寒さに凍りつく。
His tone belies an honest reverence as he clarifies his true nature.
思い出した。人間を嫌い、恐れ、避けようと絶海を漂流し、城を構えた変わり者。27祖の一人、ゼリア・アッヘンバウム。
Zarya Offenbaum? Okay.
1000年を超える原理を持ちながら、
27
子を
ancestors.
作らずに領地を治めていたと聞いたけど、そう。つまり、殺して奪ったのね。
Oh no.
そうだ。俺は後継者ではない。ただの騎士だ。騎士だった。永遠など俺
Did
に
he
は手
betray
に
her
余
or
る
something? But what is he talking about? Whoa, that's a cool shot. Look, I mean, look at the bro. Look at that. Like, come on. I'm not gonna. This is a spoiler enough for me to not use it, but I just want to appreciate this CG. Like, come on, look at that. How cool is that shot, bruh? It's crazy. I love the colors on this one. The vampire beckons towards his shadow with his right hand. Oh, new weapon. Out of his unnaturally stretched umbra emerges a strange and massive weapon. Oh, it's huge! Lancer over here.
ご当主にとってもそれはより不相
Holy.
ゆえに奪った騎士として王
Yeah, she did betray her.
その王座を簒奪
Damn.
今
No
やこ
honor,
の
bro.
原理は俺だけのものになった。
そう短い王位だったわね。
Hey, yo.
強気だな。空想具現化もできぬほど弱っている。
Marble Phantasm
俺と正
mentioned.
面から
Ayo.
打ち合うと
I assume he's talking about what is it, the Millennium Castle?
いらない。たかだか使徒相手に世界と同化する必要もない。あなた程度この爪だけで十分よ。
The corner of his lips curve into a smile. His gallant features twist into that of a hideous beast. I think this is the first time we actually see him smile. It's a wry smile, as if to confirm Arquade's accusation. Is the name of Nordic or Slavic? It's definitely Slavic, yeah. It's not Nordic at all.
最も強き者とは先辺にして偏らぬ。貴様はまさにそれだ。そこまで衰退していながらまだ俺を上回る余力がある。あらゆる呪い、あらゆる状況に対応する原初の位置。波の使徒ではかなうまい。
The air distorts. His twisted desires spur the blue haze to lower the temperatures even further. But Arquade doesn't hesitate. She's fully aware that a direct hit from his strange lance could be the end of her, yet she still charges head on. They even called it a lance. Uh-oh. Then...
だが貴様は知るまい。
Oh.
かの領土はこの星の一部でありながら生きるにあたわずと除外された生命
Aww.
権。いかに真祖の姫であろうとこの地獄に耐えきれるか。
Is he about to manifest something? Oh! Icy domain. A flurry of ice-cold gusts spread outwards from Vlov. Arquette comes to an abrupt halt and throws up her hands in front of her as if to protect herself. The wind screeches as it blankets the surroundings, in temperatures approaching absolute zero. And then... Oh! Damn, she got hit. The giant otherworldly spear shatters Arquade's pure white dress. Dude, look how long that shit is. I mean, we've had some like like lancers that have massive lances, right? But even then, this is definitely on one of the bigger ones we've seen. That thing is huge. Or mostly like long as hell. Damn, she was sent flying. The blast kicks up a snowstorm that blocks my vision. My breath turns white as the air around me cools. Yeah, maybe Ascension 3 Karna, the massive one. Oh no! That looks not great. The dress is gone indeed. Damn, again, there's so many CGs and whatnot. The blizzard clears, revealing Arquade crumpled on the rubble a few dozen meters from Vlova. Oh, nothing remains of her fireproof dress. She's gone back to her original form. No, there goes the lance.
俺の槍を受けて原型をとどめているか。だが
Arquade lies dead still. But Vlov doesn't approach her. Instead, he raises his hand as if signaling for something. Uh-oh. The debris surrounding Arquade creaks and crumbles. Beneath the rubble, The clawed hands of zombies scratch and groan as they crawl out of the dirt.
この狩りはもはや俺のものだ。女の死体を拾ってこい。その順応性、あらゆる苦しみを上回る。
If he would be able to absorb her too or whatever, he would probably be like insanely overpowered. That can't happen! At his command, the zombies head to where Arquay lies motionless. It's over. Our plan failed. There won't be another chance to chain up him. Is this a dead end as well? I mean, it could be. Arquay is gone and the city is wrapped in the grim cold. Everyone is as good as dead. What I see before me are the final moments before the world as I know it ends. This is bleak. Oh my god, it is. Right? Wait. Is it? Wait. They would have ended it there, right? If it's a bad end. Why is this still going? They surely would have ended it there. What is happening? The cold feels like razor blades on my skin. My body temperature is dropping rapidly. Even living is a challenge in this extreme weather. My brain's gears grind as the pressure in my skull rises. I claw at my chest, feeling like my heart might explode any moment now. I give myself 2 more minutes at best. Holy shit, dude. You gotta go, bro. The horde of zombies is closing in on her. Despite the freezing cold, the scene reminds me of midsummer. They're like a file of ants marching towards some spilled sugar under the scorching sun. They'll kill her. They'll tear her limb from limb, just like I did. Just like you did once. Whoa, what is that about? Whoa, why is there a second voice or something? What? Yet I stand here watching it all unfold from the safety of this ledge. At this rate, they'll... At this rate? That thing is a natural disaster in the guise of a human. We never should have gone after him. It was the height of arrogance to think we could defeat him. What was I thinking? That we could stop him from killing more people? That we could solve this without any more casualties? What a joke. We never should have confronted him. If he had just let the whole disaster blow over like a typhoon, at least he might have stopped at burning the city to the ground. They couldn't do anything. You choose to do nothing. They had nothing to fight back with. You have a weapon. Pressure builds against my skull. Thoughts turn to disarray as common sense wrestles with delusion. My consciousness turns to flee. I make no move to stop it. There's nothing I can do. No way I can fight him. But she... I've done enough. Any more is insane. But she... I should run while I can. Just turn away like a normal person. But she'll die. I stare up at the sky. Tall frozen buildings invade my view. The people inside must have died in an instant. No chance to even manage a scream. Unlike what happened at the hotel, the pleading screams of the people there still haunt me even now. I look over at the fallen woman. The corpses inch closer and closer to her, moaning and drooling. Even now, the river of ice continues to expand. All while the vampire watches over his dominion of death with absolute indifference. My head splits from the pain. At this low temperature, my heart has to squeeze and contract with everything it's got to keep my blood flowing. Everything points to just one conclusion. Every trickle of fear that sinks to the pit of my stomach churns and turns, coagulating into a mass of fury. I may be defective, a laughingstock, stupid and naive, because despite all of that, I still can't bear to stand by and watch this happen. I remove my glasses. I cover my mouth with my left hand to stop what remains of my precious body heat from escaping through my breath. I've got 1, no, maybe 3 minutes. That's all the time I'll have until the fire within me burns out. It's not that I lack motivation, that's just a realistic assessment of how long a human can survive down in that pit. I scold myself as I slide down the slope. This is crazy. I'm crazy. This is also crazy. Run away if you want to live? No, it's the opposite. If I really want to live, I need to go in. This monster cannot be allowed to exist. This monster cannot be allowed to roam free. If I run away, I'll die. If I run away, the entire city will perish with me.
Go!
Oof.
Go!
Oh, Leon!
Everyone
Oh,
must wait.
thank you for the 6-7 months. I see what you did there. Hey, thank you so much, Matt. Welcome back to the Go Gang. Thank you. So it's clear what I have to do now. If I want to live, I need to kill. If I'm gonna survive, I need to charge. I have to kill him. Right here and right now. As fast as I can. With the music though. Oof. My patience for this creature has already run thin. It dares to kill, steal, and live on without remorse or repercussion. I cannot allow it to live. Not as a human, not as a fellow living creature. As long as this thing lives, it will be my prey. I will tear out its life force by the root. I run towards Arquade. Oh, dude, look at the lines. There's so many. The zombies are about to press their teeth into her tender flesh. I wonder if they have more lines is because they're already so close to death, so he'll have a very easy time of cutting them like they're all over the place. Does it have something to do with that, for instance? Like, normally there's not that many lines, right? It's kind of interesting. I remember the question she asked me earlier. Can I actually bring myself to kill? Whether they're truly human or not, can I kill something that looks so human? It doesn't matter now. My head simply aches. I've never gone without my glasses for this long. I've never been this objective in my thinking. In my frenzied state, I make quick note of where each death line is on their bodies. Then I commit to memory each of my undead targets. Hands off her, you eyesores. The dead shouldn't dare to prey on the living. Besides, she's my prey, mine alone. Okay, dude, okay. I cut through lines on 3 of the zombies like they were butter. Each neatly splits into 3 pieces and drops to the ground, dead. It was almost too easy. With their attention focused on Arquade, they were completely defenseless. Okay, chat, no memes, please. But okay, that's still kind of cool, though. I make no attempt to touch her. I just call out to her as I kill the 4th. Roused by my voice, she opens her eyes in a daze. She pushes herself off the ground, but the toll on her is evident from her face and posture. She's come to. She's alive, though her wounds haven't healed. It looks like Arquade won't be able to move anytime soon. She's the one who ought to be running away, not me. Unfortunately, I don't have it in me to get her to safety.
よし、元気だな。ならいい。できるなら援護してくれ。
援護ってあなた一人でやる気？っていうか正気？
正気でこんな真似できるか？
True.
いいか、俺にとってここは海の底だ。3分しか時間はない。だから、その間に今度こそ俺とお前で奴を殺して終わらせる。
Knife in hand, I dash ahead, leaving her behind. I look over to Vlov, quickly calculating the distance between the two of us. About 40 meters. 6 seconds before I reach him. He still hasn't noticed me yet. 3 more seconds. I can't waste any more time observing him. I've got to end this with one final blow. My body is already suffering from hypothermia. I've got 3 more minutes until my mind and body shut down entirely. But I have at most 1 minute before my body starts to falter and I can no longer move freely. That's plenty though. Oh yeah, he has less lines, but there's definitely lines. Is the line on his face green or blue or something though? Interesting. Seems different color than the clothes. You can already see the lines that'll let me kill him where he stands. He finally reacts. He shifts his gaze towards me with all of the disinterest of a man about to wave off a bug. The gigantic lance he used to skewer Arquaid is gone too. Which makes sense. I'd be worried if it wasn't. In his eyes, I'm nothing. I might as well be one of his useless zombified minions. He sees me as no more than Arquaid's incompetent bodyguard. Why stain his spear when he could just as easily crush this insignificant human under his boot? That gives us our chance. All I can do is catch him by surprise. He's already spotted me, so getting him from behind is no longer an option. But that doesn't mean a surprise attack is out of the question. He doesn't know about my eyes. He'd never fathomed that a mere human could possess the power to kill an immortal vampire with a single strike. 2 seconds. It's my only chance. My one shot to cross the boundary between life and death. Focus. All I need to do is dodge his first move. As long as I can do that, then my gamble will pay off, and I'll be able to cut through his lines. Oh. 1 second before I reach him, just as I'm about to get within slashing distance, we both jump back from one another at the same time. We never even got within each other's reach. 2 factors brought us here. First, I made a misstep. The cold air concentrated around him prevents me from getting near. The closer I get, the duller my body and my mind become. At the speed I was going, I'd have lost consciousness as soon as I was within 2 meters of him. 1 more step, and it would have been over for me. I've lost the element of surprise. It just isn't possible to sneak up on him and kill him. But I can live with that. Failing the ambush was something I had accounted for. There's one other problem, though. A problem far more deadly. That bastard. My rage throbs behind my temples, mixing with the headache from going without glasses for so long. I still can't believe it. He somehow managed to read me. He must have some kind of intuition. Hopefully a buffed version. Get it? A primal instinct to survive that would put any wild animal to shame. He should have had no reason to fear me, yet he somehow sensed that I have some method of killing him. In that perilous instant, he recognized me as a threat, leaping away without another moment's thought.
なぜ俺が引いた?
I jumped back around 2 meters. But his retreat was on another level. He had to have pulled a full 30 meters back. I suppose 30 meters must be the minimum safe distance for a vampire. It's almost hilarious just how different a scale we operate on.
なんだ?
He was realizing that it's not just the normal human thingy or whatever. Ooh. Damn, that's crazy. He took the words right out of my mouth. My luck has quickly gone down the drain. He'll never let me close this gap between us again. I've recognized that I won't be able to take him down, whereas he's figured out that I possess a way to kill him. From here on out, it'll be...
近寄るな。お前はそこで死んでいろ。
A long distance massacre. Oh, hell no. Uh-oh. The cold air condenses, forming icy objects in midair. They're sharp as spears, and like bullets they fly, targeting my skull. Do I dodge, or do I try to take them? Should I waste my weapon here, or continue to conceal it? The decision is made on instinct. The headache wrings my brain like a wet towel. My eyes hone in on the instrument of death, like the focus being adjusted on a camera. If I cut the lines, these spears of ice, their inertia, the very bonds holding them together, will be killed right in front of me. Yo, he's doing the weeb stuff, oh my. Death takes aim at my temples. I align my knife with the projectiles. Humans were once feral beasts too. We're still host to the acute reflexes and instincts we had during that bygone time. As long as I'm free to move my body as I wish, these icicles are no deadlier than a pea shooter. However, I've used up my only shot at a surprise attack. His eyes tell me everything I need to know. He saw what I did just now. He doesn't have to understand how I did it, but I'll never get close enough to do it to him. I've lost my only avenue to victory. Should I really have shown him my trump card so soon? No, I shouldn't have. But it's not like I had another choice. I had to play my best hand in order to survive. I'll just have to find something that can make up for it. I limit myself to only the most necessary movements. Even if I can't get close to him, I should at least try to conserve my energy. There's only 2 more minutes left till I hit my limits. My fear is cast out by excitement. Caught in a battle for survival, my perspective on life and death gets turned upside down.
奇跡の類ではない。しかし常識ではない。
Yeah, I don't blame his reaction, to be honest.
俺の渇きを水のように通すとはどういう理屈だ。
Oh, he calls it thirst. That's interesting. There's a brief lull in the onslaught of icicles. He hones the waves of cold air into singular points, creating a maelstrom of ice.
死が正しね。あまり俺の胸を躍らせるな。
The frozen javelins are launched in my direction as if from a trap thrower. I slice through each of his icy bullets. With Arquade behind me, I've got no other choice but to cut down every projectile he throws out my way. It takes about 1.5 seconds for his frozen spears to close the distance between us. As long as I'm able to move my body, I can continue fending off his assaults.
Go!
Go Pleek! 11 months. Thank you so much, man. And a welcome back to the Go Gang. Thank you, thank you. But in the meantime, I need to come up with a plan. Glove hasn't moved an inch. Why? There's no reason for him to hold back now that he recognizes I'm a threat, which leaves me with a hypothesis. He's frozen in place not because he thinks he can finish me off from afar, but because he can't move when he's in that state. Oh. Interesting. Arquade has cornered him already, leaving him without blood to fuel him. This freezing aura that surrounds him is more like the final defense mechanism of a monster on the verge of death. It's a wild theory, but it's one that fits the present situation. Trapped and unable to move, he desperately throws accursed icicles every which way in order to cling to life. In the end, it doesn't matter if he runs hot or cold, all creatures ultimately perish when in his proximity. If I were within 10 meters of him, I'd freeze to death in 2 seconds. I'm going to collapse in no time. I'll meet my end like a lost traveler on a snowy mountain, doomed to drift off to sleep and never wake again. When a human's body temperature exceeds 43 degrees or drops below 34, brain cells start to shut down. But I can't lose myself in the details. I have to look at the broader picture. I cannot let my thoughts distract me. My duty is to slice my knife through whatever comes my way the second I see it. I do have to revise some of my earlier assumptions. Yes, the cold he emanates spreads in all directions. But after a closer look, I'm not certain the density is uniform all the way around. The ground seems coldest. That must mean there are temperature disparities in the air around him. If he has a weak point, that's where I'll find it. His blizzard may act as an all-encompassing barrier, but that doesn't make it impenetrable from every angle. Oh. Damn, he's got it back, and it's with a new sprite. This almost looks like an FGO sprite. It's crazy. Yeah. He draws the lance he used against Arquade from the shadows once more. As he does, a large tree of ice crystallizes in the air behind him, its branches extending in all directions. Yeah, the lance has lines. I mean, everything has lines for Shiki. Like, you can see the background, even the ground has lines. Like, he sees lines in everything. So even, like, crazy magical question mark weapons like this, they're no exception. Like, he sees the lines everywhere. That was cool. Man, more. Dude, look at these shots. It's like Gate of Babylon of icicles, bro. His attack interrupts my analysis. I focus again on intercepting his projectiles. There's no way I can kill all of the icicles this time. I'll have to take a hit. No, I can't let that happen. It's too soon to give up. I can't afford to take the slightest graze. Bleeding here would be death. The unforgiving cold would strip me of life before the minute was out. So I have no option but to kill. One way or another, I must. I reboot my consciousness and see the lines. Only the lines. I wonder if he saw AI, would he have lines or not? I would assume so, yeah. I would assume nothing is like an exception for him. I mean, you never know with stuff like this, but I would assume not, at least. One by one, I take note of my prey. 26 in all. I devise my plan. Plot where to move, where to slice and kill, and where to dodge. Oh. At the center of it all, I see it. That which far transcends all of the lines of death surrounding it. It's his core or whatever. Oh. A perfect point from where the lines are born. The place where death converges. The wall of death closes in on me. But just now I saw it, a glimmer. Just as I'm going to die here, so too does the possibility exist of him dying. But I've already reached my limits. Tonoshiki is out of ways to ensure his survival. The icicles rip through the flesh of my left thigh and the right side of my abdomen. Precious heat is robbed from my extremities. My ligaments scream as each sudden stop chews away more muscle fibers. The cells within are instantly destroyed by the ultra-cold temperature. My fingers grow numb. I can barely move my limbs. This is it. The chance at victory is slipping out of sight. Whether he finishes me off or not, I'll be dead within a minute. If Love or Arquade or anyone else were watching me now, they think the same. I'm sure of it. But no one believes it more than me. So then why? Yo, the reflection though, that's a cool shot. Oh no, oh is this, your boy is smiling? What the hell? Oh my, he's going crazy. It must be some primal animal instinct. Why is it that you're smiling during all this? Oh? An icicle strikes Arquid in the face. Oh no! Fuck, I forgot to account for her position behind me. It looks like it only managed to graze her, but she has one hand over her face, rubbing the spot where she was struck. What kind of person takes a hit like that to the face and comes out with barely a scratch? Yeah, I don't think she's very normal. I'm reminded once more of just what a monster she is. She buries one hand into the ground and pulls out a massive slab of earth as easily as someone might dig through sand with a shovel. Then, as if to rebuke Vlov for the pain he caused her, she flings the rock in his direction. A yeet! But he demolishes it just as easily with his lance. There's still not a scratch on him. It makes sense that he wouldn't be killed by rudimentary weapons. And yet, after seeing Arquaid's counterattack, it's like the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Finally, I've got something I can work with. I can kill him with one blow. But to do that, I'll have to strike him before my body shuts down from the cold. How though? My legs won't carry me the distance they need to in a span of 2 seconds. I need something faster. To maximize my chances, I'd better approach him from an angle where the cold is thinnest. But I can't use my legs to do that. Oh. I've got no other options. At this rate, I'll die anyway. It's no longer a question of if I can do it, but how. Brace yourself. There's only one way to get close enough, and that's by... Oh shit, 3 choices. Oh shit. It has to be 1 or 2. 3 makes no sense, right? I'm gonna choose 2. It's so cool. I'm gonna choose 2. But it might be 1. Let's go with 2. Take it flight, dude. Let's go. Take it flight. Or I suppose it'd be more accurate to say falling down. But can I actually pull it off? The whole thing would be down to luck. What if it is 3 though? Then I guess I got played. I'm already aware that there's no way I'd come out of this venture unscathed. For one, the impact of the landing alone would break my bones and turn my muscles to pulp. Will you be able to bear such agony? I narrowly sliced through the projectiles as if I were cutting through my own hesitation. Those were a little too close for comfort, but I ought to thank him. That last shot has opened my eyes. I just need to take whatever pain that comes in my way. I've never been particularly susceptible to the sting of death to begin with. From now on, I'll tune every last thought to the prospect of killing. I have no doubt that Vlov is already doing the same. I turn around and run towards Arquaid, though doing so depletes me of my last reserves of energy. I couldn't take one more step if I tried. My enemy is 50 meters away from me, but that's fine. Horizontal distance doesn't matter here.
Arquaid! さっきのあれ、もう一回できるか?
Yeah, dude, launcher.
あれって何?
I quickly explain my plan to her. It's a short explanation. She views me with total bewilderment, but something about my expression must have convinced her.
その規模でやると私の余力もなくなるわ。それでもいいのね。もう逃げることもできないわよ。
Oh, is it the crater leap thingy? Oh my god. I guess that's what they were. Oh, right. Oh my god. I nod, indicating I've accepted the consequences. I don't even have the energy to talk, and I'm honestly shocked she was still considering the possibility of escape.
でもそれって式は途中で落っこちない？私そのあたり加減できないよ。
そりゃ落ちるに決まってるだろ。だから
Even though I was supposed to catch my breath, I can't help but yell before getting to my plan. Which is when... Uh-oh. Oh no! There is no time to explain. Glove has already sent another merciless storm of spears our way.
いいか、全力で手を抜かずやってくれ。やりすぎてもいい。お前に殺されるなら、それはそれで本望だ。
Wow, kinda smooth when you think about it. We don't have time to dance around the issue. I take my eyes off her and focus on our enemy. Behind me, she perks up in response to my order.
任せて。私が指揮を勝たせてあげる。
Wow. Martlin. Ooh, new shot again. Holy, they just keep coming. I crouch down in front of her. There I press my knees and palms flat against the ground. An unseen arm runs beneath the surface. Arcade unearths another slab of rock just like before. No, it's on a whole different scale this time. The entire terrain crumbles and shakes as she loosens a massive swath from the ground. Another new shot. It's an explosion of soil, a veritable upheaval of the ground. The terrain splinters into countless pieces. If love's cold is a blizzard, then Arquade's made a tsunami of earth. Even his deathly icicles are but droplets splashing against a tidal wave. Soon the 50-meter high wall of earth will crash into him with the full force of 7,000 tons. Yet the knight doesn't flinch in the face of the looming calamity. He pierces through the wave of gravel with a thrust of his steel lance. Between the falling debris, he must have noticed that Arquade, having used the last of her strength to pry apart the bedrock, was now on her knees, and that the imminent threat was nowhere to be seen among the earth and sand. Uh-oh, I think he should look up. Staring down the towering wave, his instincts returned to him. To be precise, they had returned 2 minutes prior. When a lone human forced him into retreat, that which he had thought was forever lost to the cold was rekindled, and he found himself regaining a semblance of his sanity. Oh my god. Look at that shot, dude. That's scary, dude. Just a normal human, just mad, dude. Whoa. This human has the means to kill me. I know not how, only that he does. A lingering instinct of a man once whole. The intuition of a warrior honed and tempered during the Dark Ages suddenly broke free of the curse plaguing his body. The deep-seated pride of a knight, built over a mere 2 decades, had won over the madness of a millennium. He understands all too well that this is nothing short of a miracle. But such things are fleeting. This delusion of the mind will end once he kills the human. It will regress to being a dream of the dead, never to see the light of day again. In a matter of moments, the human joy he finds in the thrill of the fight will be buried by a haze of frost. But that's why he intends to relish the development. He understands the enemy's intention. He'll mask his approach using the debris as cover. He's seen the human's weapon. He knows it can cut through things. Surely the human will use this wall of dirt as a door, burst through it, and encroach on his territory. Surely not, clueless. He readies his lance. The wall of dirt towers before him. Under normal circumstances, he would shatter the wall and his concealed foe with it. There is no need for him to adapt to the enemy's tactics. His preferred method of warfare has always been to offer no quarter and crush all resistance. He still has plenty of energy remaining. 10 people's worth of the finest blood. Yet the vampire remains obstinate.
それはできない。この魂を消費することだけは決して。
Wait, why? Interesting. It is his warmth. In order to burn, he will preserve this blood for all eternity. Oh, I see. He does not mean to make light of the human. He has already realized that the foe he faces is an outlier. He is more than aware that if the human gets too close, it will be the end of him. Yet there are things even he is unwilling to relinquish. Fully aware of his own heedlessness, he thrusts his lance forward using 50% of his remaining power. Yeah, I don't think forward is where he should be going. The giant wave of debris breaks apart immediately on impact, but that only takes care of the rocks to his front. That blow ensured his immediate safety, and nothing more. He knows that it would do little to his foe. He knows the enemy will come for him, no matter the cost, he will come. Unfortunately, there are limits to the human body. It has no way of passing through this rain of debris. Even with the true ancestor princes on his side, some things are impossible. When the earthen waves break and the downpour ends, so will the life of the human. As long as he can find the boy, an ambush is impossible. Love opens his eyes. They're equipped to peer leagues into the distance. But he finds nothing. Not even a glimpse of a shadow creeping away. Could he have actually managed to kill him with that mighty blow? No, this foe would never die to something so simple. He chastises himself for thinking so highly of the enemy, yet a deathly cold chill runs down his spine. For a single second, he allowed his mind to drift from his foe. He knows that the enemy will come. Yet if he is nowhere to be found, then the knight's premise must have been faulty from the start.
Mitsuka!
Hello. The vampire looks up at the sky. There he finds his enemy illuminated under the moonlight. Whoa, it's on his mouth. Oh, he's chained with the vines and to the block. The pale blue ghost lights of the mystic eyes of depth perception bear down upon him. Damn, look at that shot though. What the hell? He literally, because he's on like 4 right now, all 4s, he literally looks like a beast. Wow. That's cool. Arquade's aim wasn't just to bury Vlov in debris. It was to lob this boulder into the air. The one I was strapped to. Far out of the vampire's view, and more importantly, above the reach of his cold. 30 meters below me, the tidal wave of Earth is demolished by Vlov. What remains is just him, me, and the vast open air between us. I steel my nerves as I re-visualize the outcome. If I manage to do this, Tonoshiki will lose both his legs. Even if I survive, I'll never walk again. The certainty crystallizes in my mind's eye. Did someone say mind's eye? Oh, I get it. The Lord. But I don't let that bother me. If I can brace long enough to survive the next 2 seconds, then the result will be well worth it. Okay. It took him only a second to find me. While I admire his speed, it will be 1 second too late. Oh! Oh, they're all stitched together! That's crazy. You can walk through it, dude. Oh my. Wow. It's crazy. The floating rocks fall into place like puzzle pieces. Dude, there's a path. Go. A hastily constructed slide connected by ivy. We sit on the same coordinates with only the air between us. I calculate my chances of survival. Look at his eyes, he's like, what the hell, dude? Before I get started, I confirm my target. My route is plotted. A one-way path, 30 meters in 2 seconds. My descent begins! I plunge down the slide into the maw of death. I've given up on reacting. I can only make my decisions one at a time, 1 second at a time. During the 2 seconds leading up to my touchdown, I focus on 2 factors. Oh, it's like an actual descent. Whee! Every decision I make could end in my death. When faced with such a scenario, I must concentrate on where my chances of dying are particularly high. I visualize every point that could lead to certain death. Only 2 such exist. Elsewhere, my chances of survival lie around 10%. I don't need to worry about those. 10% is more than enough. The problem lies with the ones I have 0% chance with. But he's a gacha gamer. I knew it. That's why he always wanted his phone. A scenario where I will die, no matter how deftly I perform, no matter how careful I am. Which is why I must do whatever I can to raise those odds from 0 to 1%. SSR, baby! I need to sharpen my senses if I'm to overcome these 2 obstacles of death. I don't have the luxury to allocate them anywhere else. As I drop down, I no longer have the capacity to plan ahead for anything else either. What if I'm wrong and and there are more than 2 points of certain death? I can't even fathom it. If there are, then it's already over for me. I don't have the strength to avoid 3 of them. That would just mean his power exceeds my wildest expectations. Icicles appear in the air behind him and shoot forth at me, as if to smother their prey. They close in like jaws of a beast. It's terrifying, but I'm beyond caring now. That fear amounts to nothing more than a base animal instinct. I had seen this coming from a mile away. It's the thing I feared would kill me. 10 meters. I've passed through the first obstacle. Every last one of my nerves is on fire. My muscles are tuned to perfection. I rapidly twist and turn my torso. Even though it should have been impossible for me to change the trajectory of my descent, I managed to somehow do it after calculating the angle of his weapon. The metallic object narrowly skims the air beside me. My 0% gamble pays off, and I managed to avert certain death. Only 1 second before I land. It's my victory. He's out of moves. But both obstacles are determined in the span of a second each. Now I have to kill him before my insides are pulverized by the impact of the fall. I don't care what will happen to me afterwards. In this moment, all of my focus is on piercing his line. But, oh, he's defending. Wow. If he were to have one more move up his sleeve, something outside of my predictions. No, there's no time to think. No time to avoid it. Even if I could change my trajectory at this juncture, I wouldn't waste my time on it. The time for thinking is over. If I'm gonna die, that was decided the second I started my descent. This is fine. If my brain is to be skewered by ice here, I doubt I'd even register it. That is kinda true though. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Wait a minute, I caught that! That was a black key! That was a black key! I recognize that hill, dude. You think I'm not gonna catch that? I saw that. He didn't even, maybe he didn't even register it himself. But dude, that was a black key. Okay, dude. The second obstacle. The negative 100-degree temperature that defies the laws of nature and stops the human body in its tracks. My impulse to brace for a landing, and even my concerns for the sanctity of life, are left behind in the skies above. Ooh. Kinetic energy courses from my thighs through to my hips, from my hips up to my back, and from there into my right hand as I swing the knife down. Now that the motion has been set into action, there's no way of stopping it. I'm a killing machine fueled by inertia. All my brain needs to do is locate the lines.
2 year hype, Myst Glove.
Soto, 2 years! Thank you so much, man, and welcome back to the Gal Gang. Thank you. It's very awesome. Enjoy the new badge. It's there! At the center of it all, I see a light. A vortex of swirling atoms. The certainty of life's eventual end. A place of pure death that pulls everything inside like a black hole. My brain may have cast out all rational thought, but it still comprehends what it's seeing through sheer instinct. If the lines are what brings death to life, then this core brings death to the origin of its existence. The end of the universe, where any creature, be they monster or immortal, can be killed with a single stab. I can't say I care much for this sudden revelation. My entire body trembles with emotions that run much deeper. Having used his lance already, Vlov unsheaths his machete. Realizing my aim, the vampire readies for another counterattack. Oh yeah, it's even destroyed from her, because the Arcade destroyed it, right? It's just like a small little stub left of it. But I guess it's still better to try and defend with something, maybe. But it's like it's totally broken. It's his final move in this game against an underhanded opponent like myself. This man is the real deal, a shining example of his kind. I don't know or care where that bar is set for vampires, but he's a killer through and through. I can't help but despise him. When he was sane, before he was a vampire, I'm sure he was a knight, worthy of envy. Even if not, a shadow of that man remains. But he will never get the chance to bring his blade against me. I turn, dodge, then twist. Woo! He didn't even get to raise his hand or arm with that was holding the stump of the machete. It was already too late at that point. Like, by the time he got it out, it was already like... Damn. That looks like a bullseye to me. Let's see. My eyes trace his core. Oh my. Holy moly. Damn. In an instant, the surrounding temperature returns to normal. The cold wave disappears alongside its master's life force. But the man still remains upright at the center of it all. Oh, what's happening? Dazed, the vampire speaks to himself.
この傷は知らない。この喪失は思い出せない。この言語化できない大気の肌触りはいつか失った何者かだ。
I don't know what he's saying. I don't even know the language he speaks. But his tone is gentle, like that of a poet extolling spring.
痛みも寒波も感じない。恐ろしいが懐かしい。 これではまるで僕は死人になったようだ。
Clueless? Question mark? Oh. Actually final words. Oh my. Shit, dude. Shiki.
寝た。
My body drops backwards onto the ground. Dude, look at all the love particles. That was a cool... Like, it's kind of cool that they gave a few lines, though, there. Damn. It was one of those things that he's basically dead, and then he kind of realized it, and then he was gone. But my heart and lungs cry for joy as finally, at long last, I begin breathing normally once again. I can't move either arm. I can't even tell whether I'm still holding my knife. All I can be sure of is the throbbing in my body and my rapidly fading consciousness. It's a blessing in disguise. My pain is overtaken by numbness. It feels like the bones in my left leg, which I landed on while falling, were carved with a saw. Normally the pain would have me seeing stars, but right now I can't feel a thing.
でも。くそ。
The miserable words pass my lips even though I will them not to. I don't get any joy from having survived. I don't even feel pride in having done some great feat. It wasn't a miracle. It was nothing. After all was said and done, I just charged at him with every emotion I possessed.
好き。
Pog. The solitary crescent moon sits high in the night sky. How odd. Feels familiar somehow. Like I saw something just like it in a dream once.
大丈夫、シキ。
Like, hey, how you doing? Arquade strolls over as if nothing had happened.
まあ、生きてはいる。
Wow. I feel more dead than alive though. Even talking hurts like hell. But you're not going to hear me make petty complaints while I'm still alive.
もう、そんな謙遜しちゃって。
Wow, that's a cool shot. This guy, it's very different, but it still gives me a similar energy to I ask of you, are you my master? You know, the iconic shot. It's the side profile of Arquette, I think, that makes me think of it. But definitely still a very different scenario. A very Nasu-like shot, I guess. I don't know what to call it.
新参とはいえ、シキはその一人を殺したのよ。
True.
もっと胸を張ってもいいのに。
She seems to be happy on my behalf. Even I know that killing Vlov was a significant accomplishment. And yet... It's not like I actually did anything. His ice has already decimated the city. The body count will likely eclipse the massacre at the hotel by hundreds, if not thousands. This is all my fault. I let it happen again.
ん？死んでないよ。ブローブの呪いなら全部私が防いでおいたんだし。
Ayo. Whoa. No one died?
どういうことだそれって言った。
I tried to fling my body upright, but my left leg screams from the motion. I find myself still on the ground, wincing in pain.
ほらほら、ちゃんと横になってないと。
それよ
What
り
the hell did she do?
今の説明してくれ。死んでないって本当に。
ええ、ブローブの原理が暴走した時、できる範囲を対流膜でコーティングしておいたの。シキがブローブを殺すのがあとちょっと遅かったらフォローできなかっただろうけど。
She casually admits to having done something insanely OP. That's a line that can be used in so many like freaking Nazuverse moments, I feel like. Like, yep, that was OP. It's just it is what it is, bro. It's just overpowered. Yep. My mind flashes back to the fight. She had paused abruptly just before she was hit by his lance. Does that mean she didn't do that to protect herself, but to protect the entire city? Well, come to think of it, it's kinda strange that I survived the initial blast of ice at all. Yet I was able to keep breathing even in those Arctic conditions. She must have ensured the rest of the town was able to do the same. And because of it, that happened. This entire time, I was only thinking about myself. Meanwhile, she was selflessly protecting the city, even when she knew it would leave her at a disadvantage.
なんでそんなことを。
Well,
お前、人間なんかどうでもいいって言ってたじゃないか。
a strange wave of anger washes over me as I shout at the space case standing next to me. She raises her brow curiously.
だってシキがそうしてほしいって言ったんだもん。
I said something that idiotic? Seriously? When? Where? Don't tell me she did it because...
なんか、お前は別。だって血を吸ったことないんだろ。
She doesn't bear any attachment to humans? Not really,
吸
no.
血鬼だろうとなんだろうと、俺たちに手を出さないでいてくれるなら、それでいいんだ。
I can't believe it. As long as you don't lay a hand on humans. She followed that? Even though she might have lost her life in the process if anything had gone wrong? I laugh at the bizarre reality of it all. If anything, I'm more dumbfounded than ever. But more than that, I am incredibly, incredibly grateful. I close my eyes. If what she says is true, then I suppose it's fine for me to rest now. My chest, which had been filled with nothing but regret, is now overcome with relief. My consciousness starts to fade away. I forget all about the pain in my leg as I slip into a deep, dreamless slumber. At least I try to. Oh. God damn. Let the man sleep a bit. But Arquette hits me over the head with a loud thwack, forcefully pulling my awareness back to the land of the living.
何のつもりだ。
ダメ。そんな傷で眠っちゃったら起きてから余計
I
苦
guess
しい
that's
でし
true
ょ。
though, yeah.
眠るのは傷を塞いでから。その方が効率的よ。
Any medics in the chat? She's right about that. But who was the one who told her that in the first place?
アルクエイド、本気で忠告していいか。
何？
あのな、あんまり無茶言うな、このバカ女。
バカ女。This is the end. With that, I've burned through my very last reserves of strength. My consciousness is already in a distant place. I can hear her making some big fuss at the back of my mind, but I no longer have the energy to open my eyes.
あ、ちょっとシキ、本当に眠っちゃうの？
Yeah, because I'm tired. Tired enough to drop dead right on this spot. I'll wake up again tomorrow, I promise.
本当に本当？それきっと痛いよ。直さなくていいの？起きたら間違いなく失神するよ。
You're so loud. I'm going to sleep so you can do whatever you want.
そういうことなら早く言ってくれればよかったのに。
She sounds bright and cheery. Her tender fingertips feel cool against my already ice-cold skin. It's nice, soothing. The light replaces the fatigue inside me.
戦利品？っていうか、その死骸？まあいっか。ちょうどどこに捨てようか困ってたものがあっ
Wait,
たんだ。
what's she gonna do? What is this? Huh? What was that squelching noise?
何今の感触。
What the
なんか
hell?
塗ったのか今。 たたた。痛覚戻ってきてる。めっちゃ痛い。いや、かゆい。つうか怖い。お前一体。
Just as I'm about to lay it into her, I'm suddenly hit with a tremendous sense of emptiness. Perhaps my shouting burned through my last supply of fuel. This time I know I'll fall into an uncontestable slumber.
大丈夫、悪いものじゃないわ。そげた肉の分だけならこれで塞がるわ。
You.
でも骨ばっかりはちょっと無理かな。後でちゃんと人間の医者にかかりなさい。
One of your human doctors? Okay. Her cold fingertips part from my skin.
眠っちゃったシキ。
Yeah, I am. It's been a while since I've slept so soundly, without a whiff of fear.
しょうがないな。シキの家って坂の上の屋敷でしょ。なんとか送り届けてあげ
Hey,
る。
yo, is she gonna be at their place? Even if just on the yard? That's kinda sus. In my sleep, I only see the white moon. Also, I assume Akihai is just gonna be absolutely molding because he's been gone for a good while, right? And they even had a curfew that he broke and whatnot, so... Yeah. In my sleep, I only see the white moon.
お疲れ様シキ。それとありがとう。今夜はあなたのおかげで助かっちゃった。
Her words of gratitude float about weightlessly. I can't hear her voice anymore. Finally, without anything else to intervene, I fall into the deepest of sleeps. Excuse me. Wow. Damn. Whew. If anything, that feels like a checkpoint. Wow. So is there still more stuff, I guess? Because people said this was gonna take a while. I thought the fight itself would be longer. So is there like other stuff still? Interesting. Interesting. Because that was kind of the fight done there, right? It's over. Time to sip. Alright. I mean, I guess we'll keep going. A few hours after the blaze outside the station. While the fire raged, firefighters on the scene reported it would take 2 full days to put it out. However, around midnight, the fire died down and was fully extinguished soon after. An officer dispatched to the location said it was as if a living creature had decided to up and leave. Clueless?
国道305までの交通規制は明朝5時までに解除。
Hello. Interesting.
高速道路は先ほど規制を解除したとのことです。
Okay.
こちらも現場に残っていた使途の痕跡処理を完了しました。
Oh. It's a person of the know. They know the terms and everything. It's not just a random bozo. I did miss like 2 to 3 dead ends there. At the same time, I am kind of tempted to just pause here and maybe do Armored Core anyway. Because I thought the thing was gonna be longer. And this would be like a perfect time to like pause in the middle anyway. That was such a hype thing to cover it for its own part, right? Ooh. Like, this could be a good timing to pause anyway. Like, this is a cool little... This is not a massive blue balls moment, this going on right here, but this is a cool, like, you know, to be continued moment, right? Because we did the whole thing, and that was the cool part, right? The big thing people were saying, like, I should finish, right? Yeah. And I'm glad I did finish it as well. But yeah, it only took like 2 hours. Keep going after this better. Ooh. How long would you say there's left for, like, the day or something? You're close to the end of the day. Okay, we can maybe at least finish the day and see what time looks like after that. And decide after then. Okay. I think that's what we're gonna do. Sure. Okay. So yeah, we got a new bozo here.
警視庁に向かわれますか、 マリオ様。
Ah, I see. He's definitely seems to be affiliated with the church based on the calling someone Father Mario.
行きたかねえが仕方ねえ。
More
こ
new
の規模の
voices.
騒ぎはうちでもそうはねえからな。
Wow. Yeah, Mario is a fun name. It's Subby.
ジジイの名前だけじゃ収まりはつかねえだろ。
This voice sounds
俺も出
familiar.
向いて誠意ってもんを見せないとな。
Bro. Okay.
では私も同行いたします。現場の指揮は例の代行者に委任しますか？
No, Zephyr, you spoiled it. I like to guess the VAs. Alright. Well, I was maybe gonna get it soon anyway. But okay, again, PSA, try not to instantly name drop them. It's more fun to try and guess them. I'll say if I give up and then you can tell me who they are. But yeah, try. It's more fun to just guess them. Because I like Japanese VAs a lot. So, okay, just as a PSA. I knew he was so familiar. It was more of her, like, deeper tone, you know?
ああ、なぜか潜入捜査してたあいつらか。ツーマンセルなんだよな。下っ端の方は俺のホテルに呼びつけて待機させとけ。使い道があれば使う。
There's a lot of stuff happening.
あっちの方はできるだけ早く本国に帰らせろ。セオナトールをつっつけばすぐに動く。
A lot of terms being thrown around too.
かしこまりました。ノイ司祭にラウレンティス様の名義で抗議文をお送りします。
ああ、ここでの仕事は大体終わった。現場の後処理は誰にやらせてもいいんだが。おい、安藤！
お呼びですか、坊ちゃん。
So many new characters. Damn, he's got the the classic hairstyle that, you know, Takeuchi likes to draw on many dudes.
いやー、着任早々ついてないっすね。こんなんガス爆発でごまかすとか無理ですわ。
Wait, they actually oh my god! They're talking about it's so funny. There's no way, dude. Freaking gas explosions. Even he's like, yeah, it's never gonna fly, is it? The most classic cover-up ever. Oh my god. Should I see if any terrorist groups wants to take credit? That's such a diabolical statement. Just to have a cover-up. Oh my god.
そっちはいらねえ。
Yeah, I'm trying to guess the dudes as well, but I haven't. They don't sound as familiar as the girl.
誇りが出そうだからな。
I'm still trying to listen more.
俺たちの仕事はここにあるとまずいものの回収だ。使徒の痕跡はあらかた拭ったが、被害者の処理にまだ不満がある。お前やっとけ。
New characters too compared to OG. Okay, I knew there were new characters as well, right? Yeah. Not sure who though, but yeah, I guess these are part of the new ones.
了解。って待って待って。坊ちゃんがいつも連れてる大部隊、まだ入国してませんよね。
This guy doesn't sound familiar to me at all, like the voice actor, I'm not gonna lie. Unless he does like a really different range here or something.
もしかして俺だけで遺体を全部チェックして噛まれたかもしれないなりかけを見つけ出せと？
Yeah, he's not familiar to me.
見つけ出すだけじゃねえぞ。生きているなら教会に送れ。死んでいるならもう一度殺してやれ。
You think it's Andy Mayu? Okay, honestly he does sound a bit familiar, and that was a while ago.
そういうドブさらいが嫌になったから坊ちゃん。
I wanna say it's not him, but I can hear the similarity. But I wouldn't be surprised if it is the same one. I'll give up on this guy. If someone wants to drop his name and a character he voices in something else, do let me know. I don't know this guy.
急げ。遺体の安置所には人払いをさせておく。貴様なら夜明けまでに済む。
The other guy sounds a bit more familiar though, but I can't place his voice immediately either. But he does sound a bit familiar.
ま、動かない標的に引き金を引くだけのお仕事ですし、精神的な負担を無視すれば。
I think this might be Andy Mayu's VA, yeah. I don't know his name though.
車を回せカリウス。お役所回りを始めるぞ。
すぐに。
Wait, she is Mario? What? Interesting. Okay.
その他手配は必要ですか？この規模の汚染であれば。
Unless it's a dude that has a, you know, a female VA, I guess. I don't know. I guess they did say father, so I guess it just has that voice. Interesting. Okay.
その必要はね。つうか絶対知らせるな。この件はここだけで片付ける。しばらくは情報収集だ。これでも正義の味方だからな。いたずらに犠牲は増やせない。誰が敵で誰が邪魔者か。きっちり当たりをつけなくちゃな。
Wow. They said the thing. Wonder if that was added there as a fun little nudge. Ando's was by Asari Ryota. Yeah, I don't recognize the name. So is he Andi Mayu or not? That would be like, I heard some similarity like right after he said that, but I'm not even sure if it is the same guy. So that's the end of the day, right? Holy wow. You were right. Oh wait, look! What is this now? Oh look, like the new save, it says, look on the right. Arcade route. Ooh! Look at that. It wasn't on the previous ones, but now it is. Wow. Interesting. Dude. Crazy. Day 6, Scars of Azure. Is that sick? Like, was it, there's the moon and the color, was it different, like both? Is that because of the route now? Ah. Interesting. Wow. Yeah, if anything, this would be a great checkpoint, right? Because that was so much already for one part. I knew I said kinda we were gonna do like a longer part, but again, that was probably assuming I would maybe hit more dead ends and whatnot than I did, which is understandable. But yeah, I mean, we did the thing, and we even got a teaser of like the church guys, and like, I mean, that was like the craziest part so far, let's be real. Like, I feel like we just call this part here. And maybe we'll do some Armored Core afterwards. That wasn't the plan, but yeah, I really, the main plan was to just finish that section. And then, you know, do the whole day for it if needed. But there you go. Maybe I'll edit the intro a little bit, or maybe I just put like text in there, because I did say in the intro that this was going to be a longer one. Sorry for the debate, but hey, at least you still got to see the whole thing, you know? So hey, if you're watching this on YouTube and you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Smash the freaking like button. Subscribe not to miss out on future parts, because again, this will be, I'll try to keep it as weekly as I can. Yeah, hit the bell as well, of course. Yo, Mobile, brand new sub. Thank you. Right at the outro. Thank you so much. Shout out to my patrons in the screen right now for being lovely and supporting the channel. And yeah, you should be seeing another part in a week again. So stay tuned, because again, this is getting more and more exciting. Until then, gamers, bye-bye.